Your voice is not just sound. It is identity. It is authority. It is truth made audible. Long before people judge your words, they judge your voice. They hear confidence or hesitation, clarity or confusion, presence or absence. And most people never realize this. You don't rise to the level of your talent. You rise to the level of your voice. The silent decision people make about you. Within seconds of hearing you speak, people decide, can I trust this person? I don't want to follow them. Do they believe what they're saying? This decision is rarely conscious, but it is always final. Your voice speaks before your ideas do. Why your voice is not just the way it is. Most people believe their voice is fixed. Too soft, too shaky, too flat, too emotional, too quiet. But the voice is not who you are. It is how you are trained or untrained to express yourself. Your voice reflects your childhood conditioning, your emotional safety, your self-permission to be heard. When you change your voice, you don't fake confidence. You unlock it. Why powerful people sound calm. Have you noticed this? The most powerful speakers rarely rush. They rarely raise their voice. They rarely try to impress. Power sound grounded because real authority doesn't ask for attention. It assumes it. A calm voice signals, I'm safe here. I belong here. You could trust me. The body is the voice. Your voice does not start in your mouth. It starts in your breath, your posture, your nervous system. A tight body produces a tight voice. A rushed breath produces a rushed message. Most vocal problems are not vocal problems. They're stress problems. When the body relaxes, the voice expands. The breath that changes everything. Breath is not just oxygen. It is permission. Shallow breath says, I'm not sure I should take up space. Deep breath says, I'm allowed to be here. People with strong voices don't push. They breathe. And breathing deeply tells the world, I'm not afraid of my own presence. Why your voice carries your emotional history. Every unspoken moment leaves a trace. Times you were interrupted. Times you were ignored. Times you were punished for speaking. These experiences shape tone, volume, and rhythm. That's why some voices apologize without words, and others command without effort. Healing your voice is not about technique alone. It's about self-trust. Why authenticity is audible. People say, just be authentic. But authenticity is not a mindset. It's a sound. When your voice aligns with your intention, people feel it instantly. They may not agree with you, but they will listen because authenticity creates resonance. The myth of the perfect voice. There is no ideal voice. There is only a true voice. Some voices are deep. Some are light. Some are gentle. Some are sharp. The goal is not to sound like someone else. The goal is to sound fully yourself. A voice that tries to impress disappears. A voice that tells the truth stays. Why people don't hear you even when you speak. Sometimes people don't ignore your words. They ignore your energy. A voice without conviction sounds optional. A voice without intention sounds invisible. Your voice must decide before others do. Speak as if what you're saying matters, because your nervous system follows your lead. The voice as leadership. Leadership is not position. It is presence, and presence is audible. Leaders speak with clear pacing, emotional steadiness, direction and tone. They don't fill silence. They use it. Silence is not weakness. Silence is authority. Why slowing down makes you stronger. Speed is often fear in disguise. Fear of losing attention. fear of being interrupted, fear of not being enough. When you slow your speech, you send a signal. I don't need a rush to be heard. People lean in when you slow down, because confidence has no hurry. The voice and self-worth. Your voice is shaped by how much space you believe you deserve. If you feel small, your voice shrinks. If you feel grounded, your voice expands. This is why vocal work changes lives. Not because it improves speech, but because it restores self-permission. Why voice is memory. Your voice carries memory. People remember how you made them feel, not what you said. A steady voice creates safety. A warm voice creates trust. A clear voice creates belief. Words fade. Voices echo. The quiet power of resonance. A resonant voice doesn't shout. It vibrates. It comes from the chest, from breath, from alignment. Resonance tells people, this is real, and reality is persuasive. The voice as truth-telling. Your voice is the bridge between inner truth and outer world. When that bridge is blocked, ideas stay trapped. When it's open, your presence becomes undeniable. This is not performance. It's permission. Ask yourself, where do I hold my breath when I speak? Where do I rush instead of trust? Where does my voice shrink instead of stand? Because your voice is not something you use. It is something you reveal. And when your voice is free, you don't just speak more clearly. You live more clearly. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Like, if this message made you think differently about your voice. Comment. In what moment do you want your voice to be heard more clearly? Subscribe for weekly book wisdom. Share with someone who needs to own their voice today.